around some, meet some new people, try some new things, go to some different places. What up, y'all? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Thank you for stopping through to my channel. On this channel, we do a monthly love, money, new, and full moon readings, as well as weekly guidance readings and impromptu channel chit chat. Of course, with every tarot reading, there's going to be some channel chit chat, and these readings are always going to be general. So if you are looking for something more personal, please email me at mib@zenmothersgarden.com or visit zenmothersgarden.com and click the services tab to book your personal reading. This is the weekly guidance reading for the week of June 21st through the 27th, 2020. This week starts off with a new moon and a solar eclipse in Cancer. And if you did not see that new moon reading, please make sure to click the link up here above and check that out first. There was a very positive message to start off the energy that begins in this week, and that was to lose yourself in this moment. You are being given a new opportunity to create something new that you possibly have not even thought of before. So please, if you have time, navigate on over to that reading, but we are going to go ahead and get this one started. So I'm going to be starting the oracle portion of this reading off using the Earth Magic deck. Just because I feel like there are very strong elementals in the air right now. Cancer, of course, rules family and home issues and things of that nature. Getting closer to family, even family business, your childhood issues and things of that nature are going to come out in the forefront as this solar eclipse is occurring, and the channels are very open right now for your ancestors and your guides to speak into you. So make sure that you are sitting and taking time to hear and listen. Ask questions before you go to bed at night in hopes that you will have yourself on a vibrational level where you are able to receive some dreams and some messages from them while you are resting your body. I have pulled the cards, and the overlying energy is DNA. Again, your family, your bloodline, who you chose to come into this life and have within you. We see here the Kundalini also is on this picture. So with it being called karma and DNA, we're going to be looking at some breaking of bloodline energy that may be negative, things that you may have seen as repetitive patterns through familial links that you have the power of breaking. You have the power of breaking these chains, and you have the power of creating a new energy signature for your family. That's what I'm feeling that this energy is going to bring to us. The other cards that have come about are childhood, which is the innocence card, love, which is the compassion card, river, which is the movement card, and Gaia, which is nurturing. So pleasant that Gaia is here, because not only are we able to use the energy from our ancestors and the love from them, but we are also able to be nurtured by Mother Earth as we are going on this new journey, as we are making these total life changes. The river is telling us that it's time for us to make movement, to go into a new territory, to venture out to explore, to see what's out there, move around some, meet some new people, try some new things, go to some different places, do things in a different manner than what you're used to doing them. Also, use your childhood innocence when you are doing this. Be very open-minded to what's out there. Also, show compassion to the people who you are meeting, and show compassion to yourself in your old ways. Like when you are using this childhood innocence, you're going to find out that things have not been what they seem. Things have not been what you've been taught. Things are truly going to be looking very different in your eyes. Have compassion for those who taught you something different. Have compassion for those people who are in your life who you know right now are stuck in old ways. Like, try to teach them to see things in a different manner without hurting their feelings, without being rough with them, without just shutting down whatever thought that they had, because it's different from yours and you recognize it as the old pattern and the old way of doing things. We are going to pull a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card, and we're going to get a little bit of guidance before we go into the reading. I'm going to use a tarot deck that I haven't used here on the channel before today for the main portion of the reading, and also a different spread. So the card that we have is Sisters of the Spring Swallow, Good Fortune Granted. Sorry, this is what this card looks like. This is the number 28, which is a 1, which is perfect for a new moon and a fresh new beginning. 28, I'm going to the number 1. Sisters of the Spring Swallow, Good Fortune Granted. It is time for new light and new life to flourish. Springtime is upon you now. This is a sign of hope, new life, and fresh starts. What has been cut back is now going to spring forth into life. As you move into the springtime of your soul, there shall be much joy, energy, and life returning to you. Okay, so we know that the swallow is a bird. So for those of you who have bird animals in your totem, really pay close attention to that. The tarot deck that we are going to, that card was self-explanatory. It's springtime, it's new, it's the sprouting, it's the beginning. You've planted your seeds, you're going to start seeing your harvest, right? So we're going to use the Medicine Woman tarot deck. This is by Carol Bridges. To do this reading, this deck has already been shuffled. I'm going to do a 7-card spread here and place the cards in position of the medicine wheel. Let's see if we want all those here now. Okay, so I have pulled the first 4 cards, and then we'll pull the remaining cards as we go along. Underneath the bottom of the deck right now, we have seed. So again, you have planted your seed. You are getting started on this journey. Let's see what the current energy is. The Apprentice of Bowls. So in another deck, this would be the Page of Cups. So you are coming into a newfound love. You are being taught and you are being guided by your ancestors, your guides, Mother Gaia, the earth. You are looking for your true soul's purpose, and you're allowing yourself to be guided by love, to be guided by heart, and to move into an energy that is going to be so joyful and so fulfilling to yourself. So right now you have decided to take this journey and go forth along that journey in a manner that is going to fulfill you no matter what the outcome is. Because when you are going along on your purpose, you're either going to learn that you learned something by doing something wrong, so you gain, or you just gain because the attempts that you make are successful. Okay, so the bridge that you are crossing is the Three of Bowls, which would be the Three of Cups in traditional tarot, and this is in reverse. So it seems like you're not knowing how to utilize the people who are around you. You're not knowing how to engage with those who are around you. You're not this is the what you have to learn, whether it's your family again, because we got so many familiar references, and with everything being in the moon being in Cancer right now, and there's so many retrogrades, so things are going to be coming out about what you overlooked about your family. What qualities didn't you realize this person had that you resonate with? How much time have you been neglecting to spend with people whom you love and care for? All of these issues are going to be coming about. So what will you experience when you cross this bridge is the Five of Pipes. Okay, so in this deck, pipes is the wands. So this card represents being allured through opposition or inertia. And so we know that Mother Gaia is here to push us and guide us, as well as our ancestors. So inertia, when we spoke about the new moon reading, we spoke about you starting things and not sticking with them. So that inertia is that build up that allows you to push forward. So you're going to learn how to push forward, how to continue once you started your journey, how to keep things moving and how to keep things going, right? So that's why we have that river and that movement here. You're going to learn what tools are necessary to keep you on that slow and steady pace that wins the race, that is going to propel you forward when it's time to spring forward. So make sure that you're paying attention to the people who are placed in front of you, the places where you are being called to go to, especially places that you haven't been before. Maybe there's a group of older, wiser ancestors on either side of your family that you really don't know much about, that you've not really been in contact, but you met you came across them on Facebook, or you met them at a family reunion. Reach out to them, find out where they live. If you've never been to where your parents were born before, things of that nature, go back and visit those places. Go back and visit with the people who are still there. Get all of the goodies that they can tell you about where you come from and about your DNA. They may even be able to hip you to some of these karmic cycles that are going on. You might just eyewitness these karmic cycles and be able to identify them so that you can take your journey to the next level without that cord, with that ball and chain removed from the leg, and go through the next cycle much lighter and much easier. And the purification that is needed to cross the bridge is the Six of Arrows. In this deck, arrows is swords. You need to seek a higher mind. This is the end of a very long struggle. Think about something that you've been struggling with. Is there something that you've really had a hard time letting go of? Is there something that you really known that your family has been going through and you don't understand why? For some families, it's poverty. For some families, it's addictions. For some families, it's marrying the wrong partners. Dealing with people who you can't trust and things of that nature. There is something that you are really going to have to accept about either your own patterns or your familiar patterns in order to become one with it, and in order to not teach it to the next generation, to teach the next generation something new in its place. Okay, so we're going to continue getting the cards. And right now we're going to pull the spring card. The spring card is the Five of Bowls, which would be the Five of Cups. This says to let go of your gift of love. Now we see someone here who looks to be offering a cup to someone whose back is turned to them. So also this person is not actually present. This person is actually looking into a painting of a person who's walking away from them, and they are offering up their love. Again, there's some issues with family I feel here, of people who you don't know that you have actual really strong connections to, because you haven't spent any time with them, so you haven't offered them your time. Time is love, because time is money, and money is of the heart, right? So if you're not spending time with these people, if you're not opening yourself up to communicating with these people, then you're not offering also yourself and your heart to them. You're not letting them know that you're open to receive the line of communication from them. Also be wise again and use that compassion when you are meeting new people, because you're going to probably be shocked at the ways that you find that people go about doing things. But you also are probably going to find out that these people have skills that you never even thought that were in your bloodline, that you automatically navigate to, that they are going to be able to withdraw out of you. So in exchange for your gift of love, you're going to receive love. So we need to make sure that we are open to reception, and we also need to make sure that we understand that you can't get anything without giving anything. So that is your message for spring, is to again get out there, give love so that you can receive love. We're going to see what the summer message is. These are the goals and the aims. Because in spring is when all the surprises come. Spring is when you planted and you start seeing the actual fruition. You start seeing what is coming about. And in summer, you see what you can replant. You see what you can regrow. You see what you can build upon. the exemplar of the pipes. The exemplar is the king in this deck. Again, pipes is wands. So this card says that your arts inspire the future. So your goal is to make sure that you are changing from the old ways into the new ways, and that you are inspiring the future, the children, the change in your bloodline, and make sure that it's not just something that people do one time, that they change this for the greater good of your family, for the greater good of humanity. If we don't start home, then we can't then expand out. So you first have to become a king to this change yourself. You have to become a king to this new way of doing things. You have to perfect it enough so that you can properly teach it to the next person. This is your goal. Your goal is to understand the new and be able to transfer it to the next person so that they can teach it, and they can teach it, and they can teach it. Okay, so that is your goal. Oops. And we already have our devotion with being under the bottom of the deck, the 9 of Bowls, which I'll show you now. And in the fall, we have the Apprentice of Stones. Stones is Pentacles. The Apprentice is going to be your page. This card says to expand the knowledge of source and of your skills. So your outcome then is to, once you've perfected the knowledge, then you're going to expand it out to those. And that is what you will be able to do in the fall of the harvest of this gift. The 9 of Bowls, which ended up being the overall energy at the bottom of the deck at the end of this reading, is saying, come home to your spiritual family. You are missing connections with people. You are missing connections with tribe. You are missing connections with family. It's time to get in the boat and go see who's out there who you haven't connected with. Who is the first person right now coming to mind? Call that person, see what they're doing, go out and get to them if you can. I, for one, had planned a road trip for this year, and then with all the stuff that was going on, I had thought that I decided to turn it off. But this morning I said to myself, maybe I should do it anyway, just in a different part of the year, because we do have to kind of stop and see what attempts are being made at keeping us disconnected, because that is what the current 4D rulers are doing to this 3D dimension, is trying to stop connections. We must create these connections no matter what. These connections are vital to our survival. These connections are vital to the upbringing of our bloodlines. These vitals are connections to us connecting with all of our people, understanding where we came from and knowing where we're going. So we have to fight against this tide that is being forced upon us and get out and love and nurture each other no matter what. We cannot be afraid to hug each other. We cannot be afraid to love each other. We cannot be afraid to get to know each other. We must protect our elderly, we must protect our children, and we must stand up for what we know is right. Okay? So this is the weekly reading for June 21st through the 27th. I really hope that this resonates with you. I hope that there's someone who, or one or two or three people who came to mind right now during this reading, who you have written their names down, and make a promise to yourself that by the end of the day, you're going to connect with these people, whether it's by text message, whether it's by phone call, whether you go to their home and visit them if they're close enough for you to do that. Make a connection with some new people today, or make a connection with some old people in a new way this week, okay? This is your message. This is an opportunity that this moon is bringing to you. It's Father's Day on the 21st. So, what, even a better time, go around to all the fathers and tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how you recognize that they are this way with their children, or they are this way with even children that they don't have, that they are this way in the community, and how much you love and respect that. Give that energy out and show them that love and that appreciation for things that they have taught you, especially for those fathers who have stepped up, who are not your blood father. If you got that uncle that stands in that position, that cousin who stands in that position, that teacher, that friend that stands in that position when they don't have to, but they do, show them that love and appreciation this week. And male or female, anyone, reach out. Connect your family to your heart. Connect your heart to your loved ones. I am Miss Indigo Blue. Again, if you would like a personal reading, please find me at mib@themothersgarden.com, or choose a services tab on my website. I love you and I thank you, and I will speak with you all again soon. Ciao. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You win automatically if you do what your heart desires. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who likes it or who loves it. You're going to talk about it and you're going to be enthusiastic and you're going to be feeling great about it. And that's all that they're going to see.